What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're back with some more Georgia Southern Dynasty. It's the offseason. Gonna check out all of our guys' numbers because Ncaa, Davenport, Dawkins, Tyrone Smith, these guys are all leaving the program because they are seniors and we are not mixing it up. Oregon and their quarterback stayed in college for like 18 years. That's not going to happen, all right? So anyways, man, Nca's number, over 15,000 yards passing, would put him somewhere in between like third and fourth for the most passing yards. He will be at number 4 for most passing yards in a career, which is crazy. I'm not quite sure we're going to have anybody top that, just for the simple fact that he started off as a freshman, and I don't know if we're going to have too many freshmen starting at this program moving forward, because we do got some recruiting to do. I will put these guys in the draft class, and these guys we will go through their career year by year, going along with this dynasty. We're going to see who we can't add to the dynasty as we move forward, or who we can't add to Madden 06 franchise as we move forward. Zeke Davenport, 5,100 yards receiving, 219 receptions, and 47 touchdowns. That's better than Blake Naismith, all right? Blake Naismith had 152 career receptions for us. Remember, he only played 3 years with us. He was a redshirt sophomore when we got him. He had 3,846 yards receiving and 31 receiving touchdowns. His junior season was probably his best year, 69 receptions for Blake Naismith. He also came in with 1,729 yards receiving and 14 touchdowns. Tyrone Smith, 27 sacks, his tops. Interceptions goes to Dawkins, who also has 257 tackles, which is tops as well. Moss still has another year to come back and add to that 5 interception total. Long should be back as well. Ely is going to be the man in the middle. He is going to be the man in the middle. He was our outside backer, but we recruited him as an inside backer, so he will take over Sharp Dawkins' spot going into next season. This is our record. We are 1-2 in bowl games. We lost our last 2 bowl games. So back-to-back losses in bowl games, got to turn that around for next season. We're 2-0 versus our rival, and I wish I could tell you what school that is exactly. Forgive me. I need to get better at keeping all this intact, and I apologize, but I do forget who our rival is per se. But our win-loss record is fairly good. That's going to happen when you start off your career going 11-1 in year number 1. Here go all the bowl results. And as you check these out, I'm going to tell you my plan a little bit moving forward. I will do Madden 06 franchise, just simulating everything. We will take over every franchise. So no matter where these guys get drafted, and not just these guys, but where some of the other top guys from this dynasty get drafted, we will try to follow their seasons as they progress or regress, become Hall of Famers, All Pros, Pro Bowlers, or become a bust, or just become a very, very good player. We're going to follow that as well. One thing I have noticed, because I already did it one time, but I only selected one team to control, and I was like, it would be cool if we could see if I would just start these guys. Like, forget their overalls, forget anything like that. Let's just start these guys. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to redo everything. I'm going to select every team to control just so I can. I'm not going to do any drafting. I'm not going to do any free agency and stuff like that. The computer will handle all that. But I'm going to be in charge of the roster management for all the teams that these guys get drafted. So Eric Sampson of the U, who just won back-to-back national championships. He also won back-to-back Heismans. I want to see where he gets drafted. Of course, our top guys, I'm thinking Tyrone Smith should get drafted, Ncaa, Davenport, and of course Dawkins. How they do it though is mostly off of production, not necessarily off of your overall, as far as where you get selected and drafted and stuff like that. At least I think it could be a balance of both. I haven't really decided which way I'm leaning towards, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to see what happens in that video. Anyways, man, we're going to let Bryant walk. He seems to be injury prone. I recruited him with high hopes, but Brown, as of right now, is the better tight end, so he's going to get all that playing time anyway. We're losing a bunch of our depth, even though you can see by the overalls, the depth really wasn't that great. Madison was our starter his junior year. This year, Jackson took that over, so he was relegated to the backup role. Tyrone Smith, he's leaving. Davenport, Ncaa, and Sharp Dawkins. I'm thinking maybe Moore and Summers might have a chance to get drafted, but most likely not. And we haven't got to the point where people are leaving to go pro just yet in this dynasty. We went after one of the best centers in the nation. Look at him. 5-star. He's going to Texas Tech, though. We couldn't quite get him. We got another top quarterback, an Elite 11 quarterback. This is our third Elite 11 quarterback on the roster as of right now. So that's what I'm saying. There's probably going to be a very, very small chance that anybody comes in and does what Jonathan Ncaa did, because, again, he came in as a freshman. I'm not quite sure we're going to have too many freshmen come through and start right off the bat like that, but we're going to see. We did pick up Matt Brown. We got Aaron Flowers. We did miss out on the corner. Wilson, he's going to be going to the U. Hunter, that one hurt. He's from Utah. He's going to go to Florida State. We were on top of his list throughout the majority of the recruiting process, and then the last second, the NIL deal from Florida State was just too good to pass up. He's going to take his talents to Tallahassee. We did miss out on Williams as well, but we did get Harrison, a tackle. We also got Walker, a defensive tackle. AJ Moore should be a beast at D tackle. I believe we still have Chambers in the pocket as well, as far as a D tackle combination between AJ Moore and Chambers. And we did get a halfback, and we did get a tight end, because our tight end depth is lacking. We only have one tight end on the roster. That's Brown. We let Bryant work, so we had to get somebody else. USC top class, followed by Florida, Texas Tech, Miami, Michigan, Florida State, Nebraska, Penn State's top 8. Ohio State's number 9, and Illinois, the Big Ten, representing very, very well. We got a top 21 class. Not great. We only signed 12 guys, but 2 5-stars, 6 4-stars, 3 1-stars, and 1 2-star, which was that tight end that we got late in recruiting. Hey, I believe he was from Georgia. Come on down. Come play for us. So we ended up getting the number 2 quarterback in the country, number 2 overall prospect in the country. It's going to be fun to see what Moore and Leonard do. Leonard's going to be on our bench for a while. And as of right now, I have not started a new season. As of right now, he's going to be the backup. Should I do what Texas probably should have did with Archie Manning and redshirt him? I know that he could be a flight risk. All these guys getting paid what they get paid. They could be a flight risk. They could leave your program, be upset. I get that. But developmentally wise, what did I just say? Developmentally, I think that's a word. Developmentally wise, I do think redshirting some of these guys would be best. But you can see right here, Blair, he's our new guy. He'll be wearing number 1, not number 15. He's 85 overall. We have not seen training yet, though. He's going to be able to train. Fulmore is going to be able to train. Leonard's not going to be able to train, because I'm guessing these guys come in during the fall or the summer and not during, like, spring football or whatever. So that's why Leonard's not going to be able to train. But AJ Moore, up 6 points. He had a great second half of the season last year. He's up to 84 overall, 86 overall strength. Long has improved. Ely has improved. He's going to be our starting inside linebacker. Brown, he's improved. He's up to 84 overall. Wilson and Rollins are 2 tackles that struggled in the first half of the season, came on strong that second half of the season. They got better. Blair up 3, and then Fulmer, he did not improve at all. He's more of that option style quarterback, that scrambling quarterback. I do not want to blow Leonard. Pause. I do not want to blow Leonard's development by starting him too early or letting him not redshirt a year. I think it might be best to, but if something happens to Blair, could we win with Fulmer? I'm not quite sure we could. So I do think that I'm not going to redshirt Leonard. And if everything goes according to plan, he will step in his junior year to be the starting quarterback. And yes, this is old school. Nowadays, if you are that guy coming out of high school, you're probably going to start unless you're in like a Cam Newton behind Tim Tebow, or Justin Fields behind, what was his name? Farmer, I believe his name was, at Georgia. Not saying that those 2 guys were better than Cam or Justin Fields, but sometimes they're the right fit for that school at that time, and those 2 guys transferred, and the rest is history. Some of the best college football quarterback play that we've seen. Anyways, this is our depth chart. Campbell will get more playing time. 2 years ago, he got a lot of playing time backing up Moore. Last year, we got Walker, so Moore was relegated to the backup role, but now Campbell will step back into that backup role. He was an athlete that we turned into a halfback, and yeah, that's just what it is. Receiving core is going to be heavily dependent on Clark, who's a sophomore. Flanagan, he's going to move into that 3 spot. He had some big plays his freshman year, kind of fell back last year, should rebound this year as a junior. Brown, he's looking good for us as a tight end. Again, left tackle with Wilson, he's improved. And then tight end situation, we're going to go with that younger guy, freshman tight end right here. And Burton, not the highest overall guy, but I'm not going to have a guard there. No, it's not going to happen. So Wilson at left tackle, looking good. Left guard, looking good with Ingram. Center, looking good with Gold at 84 overall. Right guard, looking decent with Bailey. Right tackle, looking decent with Rollins at 80 overall. Again, those two tackles were very, very highly recruited, so I'm hoping that they can turn into who we think they can turn into. Left end, that's not going to happen. We're going to go with Starks, who's a freshman. He's going to start there. He plays right end, excuse me. We're going to move him to the left side just because you see Barboto. No, that's not going to happen, home boy. TJ Peterson coming in for his senior season, looking for big things from him. Chambers, 88 overall. Moore, 84. Lee, may redshirt him, haven't decided, but he's looking good, so who knows what's going to happen there. Ely is now going to be our inside back at 91 overall, 86 overall speed, 86 overall strength. Sims, who should get some playing time somewhere. He's just behind a lot of guys. I want to give Anderson a chance. He's been a good special teams guy. I think it's time for him to step into a starting role, but Sims will get playing time. Jackson, 78 overall. We might need to upgrade free safety at some point. I hate to do that because, you know, these guys stick with the program. I want to give them a chance to start, but we got to win championships here. Got to win bowl games. Got to get to a natty. Anyways, first game is going to be versus Indiana. Then we're at Wisconsin. Then we got Georgia at home, at Pittsburgh. Then we got USF, NC State at home. Bye week at Houston. Akron for a revenge game. Florida Atlantic at Notre Dame. 2 bye weeks in a row. We finish up with Georgia Tech and Stanford. Gives us a B+ strength of schedule. I feel like it was time to get Georgia on the schedule. We faced Georgia Tech last year. I believe the game was at our campus, Georgia Southern campus. So we're going to flip things up, go to their house. Hopefully we can get the game there versus an ACC opponent. So again, I'm going to let Leonard, he's going to be the backup. Lamar Jones, we're going to redshirt him. We have a lot of running backs. They're all kind of the same guys, so I want these guys to develop as much as possible before they play. So Smith and Clark, going to rely on those two guys a lot, but more so Clark because he seems to be a little bit more explosive than John Smith. Deep tackle, Lee already got red shirt, so excuse me for saying that. Walker is the guy that I'm going to red shirt here. And then Anderson, he's going to get playing time. Brown and Stevens, we're going to redshirt Stevens. Our corners, nobody's going to get redshirted there because we're kind of thin there. Nobody's going to get redshirted in our secondary at all. We only got one kicker and one punter. Here goes 11 of our recruits. Williamson, outside backer. Mathis, right end. Those are 2 5-star guys that I want to bring in badly. Ewing, he is from Louisiana, receiver. We're going after some big talent receivers. We're looking at a strong safety in Owens, a left end and Campbell. Tight end, gonna go with Ryan White. Carter, we're gonna go with, he's a receiver. He runs a 4.2, and then Lemon behind him, 6'7", runs a 4.3. These receivers, their numbers are absolutely bonkers. Chris Perry from Florida, another tight end. Hill, he's a strong safety from Georgia, hoping that we can land him. We want to dominate the Georgia recruiting scene. And then we can go after this cornerback from South Carolina, who is also a pipeline state. Here goes the quarterbacks for the Heisman Watch, or the top Heisman Watch candidates right there. We got quarterback from Iowa, receiver from South Carolina, running back. Who doesn't remember Patrick Muse? If you remember Patrick Muse, then you are one of the ones that have been with this channel for a long time. And then we got Big Pat from Michigan, and then we got quarterback Ben Barnes from Virginia. Miami's ranked number 1, followed by Nebraska, some old school feel to the top 5. Florida State, Iowa, and Florida. Ohio State, Penn State are ranked number 6 and 7 respectively, followed by Oklahoma, Tennessee, Michigan, Maryland, USC, Texas A&M, Virginia, South Carolina, Texas Tech, Colorado, Michigan State, Minnesota, Washington, Texas, Boston College, Ole Miss, Purdue, and Georgia Tech is ranked number 25. We're ranked number 40, and Georgia is ranked number 41. So according to this, we're the second best team in Georgia, but if you look at the overall, Georgia has a B+, we are at a B. So hey, it is what it is. Even though if you look across the board, it's even. They have a B- offense, we have a B- offense, they have a B+ defense, we have a B+ defense, and both teams have a B+ special team. So hey, it is what it is. So anyways, I'm gonna work on the draft We will follow these guys' career. I'm not going to manipulate nothing. It's going to be all about the computer, but I will start these guys, but I will not sign nobody. So if the team feels like these guys should not be on the squad no more, they're going to get cut. But that's down the road. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do hope that the rest of the day is the best of your day. Peace, love. Awesome.